Are you sure you're ready?
I'm always ready, sir. A bit more ready. Oh, there it is. I wasn't ready for that.
Oh, you said you were ready. Welcome back to the Pantless podcast. Here's your host, Austin Travis. Take it away. What's up, guys? What's going on? I thought you said you were ready.
I thought I was ready until it came time to actually perform.
Oh.
And I quickly realized I was not ready.
But you're ready. You guys are ready.
But I'm ready. I'm ready now because I have to be. Because I am a professional.
According to this guy,
we do.
Our audio-only people are as ready as can be. They're more ready than our YouTube people.
That's right.
Which is nobody. And the audio people is like a couple thousand at this point.
You can believe that. That's fantastic. Let's go with it.
Actually, you were telling me the numbers before we started, and it was actually way more than I thought it was.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. So keep on keeping on. And if anybody's like, hey, what podcast do you listen to? Like, I listen to these two losers from Oklahoma, Pantless podcast. We appreciate that.
Yeah. So how have you been?
Keep on.
How have you been doing?
Well, I got to see a beautiful man last night, so...
oh, yeah? So did I.
Pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Sipping that coffee. Yeah.
That's good stuff. Yeah. I heard, yeah.
That's good, brother.
Rumor has it you got to see several beautiful men yesterday.
That's true. Got our game on.
Yeah. Played some interesting games.
Yeah. Got to lie to each other a lot.
Yeah. Then we started playing the game that required us to lie to people.
Oh man, well that's good. I wish we would have. There was just so many more games that we didn't get to play.
I know.
It was kind of disappointing. We were trying to cycle through them, but there's just so many.
Yeah, between November and Christmas, I'd probably increase my game collection by about maybe 15 games between card games, board games, and stuff. Black Friday, the wife picked up a lot of stuff, so there was a lot of stuff I just didn't even bring.
Right.
So I think Garrett picked up a lot of new stuff as well, so it's like, god dang. Football.
Let's get into some football.
NFL football. Playoffs.
NFL football. Yep.
She's just going to be crying in the background the whole time we're doing it.
That's fine.
I just want you to say, so our fantasy league, football, it's done.
It's done. Yep.
The champion was a first-time footballer?
First time fantasy anything, sports-wise, I guess. Who knows? He might dabble in some other kind of fantasies, but fantasy sports. Fantasy sports, first time fantasy sporter, and he is the champ.
Let's pull up the standings so everybody we can get the.
So, congratulations to the dabblers.
Yeah.
Way to go.
So he finished 11-3, which was really good.
That's really good.
So
that's really good.
The consolation ladder games actually did set the final order.
Fantastic.
So I actually, with a worse record than you and the Kings, I finished 7th overall in the league, ahead of you.
Nice.
With 2 less wins, because I increased across the ladder.
So I finished in 8th place?
Yes.
And I was the second highest scoring team, wasn't I? Wasn't I the second highest scoring team? I finished in 8th place. That's fantastic.
Yeah, you were the second highest scoring, and you finished 7th. No, 8th.
8th.
But you had a 500 record. You were 7-7.
That's why you got to play the games. Doesn't matter how good you are. If you don't have a big D, then you can't do nothing about it.
Well, I gave up the second fewest points.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So my defense, like, people couldn't score against me, but neither could I score against them.
Right.
Because the Dabblers, who won it all, he was the highest scoring, and he gave up the fewest amount of points.
Oh wow! So he had both.
He had both.
So he was just dominating every week, basically,
and
just blowing people out.
And here's the disheartening thing. He only made 3 roster moves all season.
Wow, that is amazing.
I led the league in roster moves in 42.
That's impressive.
Then the twins, the brothers, had 34 each, and then you had 19. Dude, I was dropping and picking players up weekly. Weekly. Oh, you got an O or an IR by your name? Cut.
Right.
Yeah, it was. I did not have a good season. But we'll keep our fantasy talk going here. We'll get back to playoff football and some stuff I heard on the lines.
Oh, okay.
That was quite hilarious. Man, Marcus just destroyed me in basketball this week.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what I do. I don't even know if I even... Did I set my roster yesterday? Yeah, I did.
I'm in a tough position right now because I've got a really good team, but we're not healthy yet. I am only down to the second place team in the league by 180 points. If I was to drop some of my guys to pick up just some players to play, I can win this week. But I'm going to be losing players that could potentially be healthy. So I got to think, do I want to risk it and try for the comeback win, which is very feasible, or do I just play it safe, take the L against the number 2 team, and then just pick it up once all my guys are healthy? I don't know. I'm thinking about just taking the L. The player pool is just nowhere near as strong as my roster. Not even close, and so I'm just like,
against Mark, I got a couple players that are in the high 20s average. I've been rotating them out daily with some guys that are in the mid to low 20s, just so if the guy that's averaging 28 is not playing that night, cut him and bring in a guy that's doing 25, and even if he gives me 10, that's 10 more points that I didn't have.
Right.
But at starting Thursday, I was up. I had 5 of my 7 acquisitions already used, and I realized I need to slow this down. But I had to start using acquisitions because Mark used them. Mark only uses them against me, you, and David.
Interesting.
The other guys in the league really don't use them, so I only use them against you, Mark, and David.
And see, and I just haven't really been using them a lot.
Well, if I'm up by 100 or 200 against my opponent, and it's Tuesday and they haven't used any acquisitions, that means they're not gonna, and I won't either. I'm not even gonna worry about it that week.
Right.
That's kind of my strategy going on. I have every player on my roster playing a game tonight.
That's impressive. That's extremely impressive.
But two are out because my IR guy, he's out. He's an out. Paul George is out, and then the other 2 guys are guys I picked up in acquisitions that don't really put up much points. He's been doing better than this guy. Gave me 7 and 23. Listen to LeBron. They just keep a permanent to be determined beside his name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even in the guy that whoever writes the notes in the fantasy wrote, he's listed as day to day by the Lakers. We don't know why because he plays every game. Like they keep him on their day to day list permanently, but he's expected to play every game. It's like, okay, well, because he's old and doesn't nobody knows when he's gonna play.
Maybe.
So, all right, let's get on to the more important talks.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get on. We are in the wild today. Okay, so everybody listening, we partied last night.
I'm listening.
This is Saturday. We're recording on a Saturday morning. We partied last night. We party hardy.
So hard. So hard.
So today, as of the day we're recording this, wild card weekend in the NFL's going on. Games start today, which I didn't realize I started so late. That's kind of awesome. So we got Vegas and Cincinnati, New England, Buffalo tonight.
Okay.
Could be some good games. I saw.
I'm pulling for Vegas and Buffalo.
Cincinnati and Buffalo. I want to see Cincinnati, actually.
You want to see Cincinnati?
I'd like to see Cincinnati win a Super Bowl, but they're not going to do it. But I could care less about Vegas. How funny would it be if Vegas did go to the Super Bowl in the year they had to fire their coach mid-season? Would that not be that? I wonder if that's ever happened. Make a coaching change mid-season and then make the Super Bowl with your interim head coach. That's funny. I saw an interview with Ben Roethlisberger for Pittsburgh where he basically was saying that we're not winning this game against Kansas City. We don't know how we got here. We are, out of 14 teams that made the playoffs, we are 14th in how good we are. We got nothing to lose. We're just gonna go out, have fun, and just we lose. We're not expecting to win. So let's just go have fun. I think they're like double-digit underdogs in a playoff game. So, Sunday, we have Tampa, Philadelphia, Dallas, San Francisco, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, and then there's a Monday night game, which is weird for playoff, for Los Angeles, Arizona.
It's going to be a good one. That's going to be the game. I know people are thinking the Cowboys 49ers game's going to be the close one. But,
could be, depending on what Dallas team shows up.
That's true. But man, I'm pulling for the Cardinals. You know I am. My boy Kyler Murray. I love him. See him do something. If it can't be my boys, I want it to be my boy.
I'm torn on that game.
You're torn on who you think will win or who you want to win?
Both.
Oh no.
Because that's also a game of who shows up.
That's true too.
LA and Arizona all season have been one game that, like Stafford will show up, the team will show up, they'll just overrun the other team, and then the next game, they realize that it's almost like they forgot to show up to the stadium and they get blown out. And Kyler Murray does the same thing in Arizona. What Kyler Murray are we getting for this game? He's done it 2 seasons in a row. One game he's on fire, and the next game it's like he stubs his toe coming out of the tunnel and doesn't play that game. So I hope both teams just show up and, the game, they both score 50 each. and one team wins it in overtime. Kansas City's going to blow out Pittsburgh. Dallas
Kansas
will
City, they got on fire.
Dallas will probably beat San Francisco, as much as I don't want to. I don't think San Francisco's going to win a game. I'd love to see Philadelphia upset Tampa Bay.
That would be awesome. As much as neither of us like Philadelphia, I think we're both in agreement. We want to see them win this one.
Because Washington almost upset Tampa last year in the wild card. NFC East has got to step up this year to try to knock off Tampa Bay in the first round. We couldn't pull it off. We almost did with a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Can Jalen Hurts?
Yes, he can. Yes,
beat Tampa
he can.
I think they can.
Yes, he can. Yes,
Philadelphia is a scary team. I don't know if you've watched many of their games and heard about them. They run the ball.
Jalen. He's pretty good. He's a legitimate dual threat.
But Jalen
keeps him in the game.
But they hand the ball off and they run the ball. They are a run first. Just run it down your throat. Pound the ball. Yeah, type of team. And then Hurts is going to throw on play action or run the ball. So it's they got good late. Because I think they had like a losing record halfway through the season. And was like, oh, well, they're out of it. And then all of a sudden now they're in playoffs. So I think there's a lot of good games. Buffalo and New England split in the regular season. And now they have to play in Buffalo. The last time they played in Buffalo, I think that was the game that Mac Jones only threw like 3 passes, completed 2 of them, and New England won by a field goal.
That's great. That was absolutely insane.
So, what weather do we get in Buffalo? You know?
Well,
so
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Should really be good. Hey. Started my Nuzlocke the other day. On Pokemon Diamond.
Nice. I saw your roster. I liked it.
I'm a little mad at my recording software because I was actually recording that, but I wasn't I was actually to drop episodes, but my recording software I was using only was recording every other episode, so I wouldn't have a full. Yes. I took your advice and I started with that little Turtwig.
Yes. How's that working? Pretty good.
Like easy mode.
Yeah,
so
I know that was what my rival had because I started with the water type, and like I said, I had 4 of my final 6 were weak to ground type. I didn't even realize that until I started getting towards the end, and that was the team that I had built, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
It was not very fun trying to get through the Elite Four.
So I noticed this game has 0. This game does not have any compatibility with home.
I know, that's weird.
I figured they would add it to home so you could move stuff back and forth. I don't know why they.
I bet they will.
But why wouldn't they do that from? Because I'm like, oh, let's open up home and see what. No. Nope.
Yeah.
So, but I'm kind of enjoying it right now. It's I feel like the going backwards on the graphics from playing Sword and Shield is a little bit weird, but I don't think I've ever played past the first gym in this game. I do remember playing it on the DS a couple times, but never getting very far.
Right.
Have you had any issues with overshooting and having issues like getting indoors when you're running with your shoes?
No.
Okay, because when I'm playing, because you can't turn off the run, because some of the other games that are in this style on the handhelds, you would walk, and then you hold like the B button to use your running shoes.
Right.
And I thought that's how this original game was, but you're always running.
Unless you use the D-pad. If you use the D-pad, you're walking. If you use your stick, you're running.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
More you know. Oh my god. I'm always running, so I'm always like overshooting doors and.
I see. Okay, I see what you're saying. I thought you were talking about like some kind of glitch,
no, like
you're like literally running through doors.
No, I'm just like my character run, like his speed. It's like precision movements just sometimes don't work, and I overshoot stuff.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So
yeah, use your D-pad when you're wanting to make turns. There you go.
So, because I like X and Y on the 3DS because you get the roller skates in that game. You don't think you get a bike in X and Y. You get the roller skates.
I'm pretty sure you're right. Yeah.
And that was
at least in the cities.
No. You roller skate in the whole.
Roller skate on the.
You rollerblade because there's the grind rails out in some of the routes.
Oh yeah. You're right.
I'm like, oh, that's a cool change. They actually, older. So, this just dawned on me, and I heard a funny question. So, Legends Arceus comes out in a couple weeks.
Yep.
I'm excited to play it. Are we gonna get a bike in that game? Did they have bikes back then?
I don't know. It's a great question.
This is like prequel. Like Pokeballs are a new thing. When you're playing this game, they're like, hey, we have this new thing. We need you to test these Pokeballs.
Right.
Because we don't know what they're going to do. And I guess they're super primitive, made from acorns. And I guess instead of the front of the ball like lighting up and the ball lighting up when you catch, it shoots like a beam of light into the air or something. Like from the top of the ball or something. It's weird. So this is like way back, and it's in the Sinnoh region, which is the same region that Diamond and Pearl came out, which was cool marketing. It was like, oh, you just got to play Diamond and Pearl. Now see what it looked like before Civilization hit it.
Yeah.
I think it was on Twitter, I saw a guy say something about if you Nuzlocke Arceus and your trainer gets knocked out, do you lose? Because in this game, the Pokemon,
right.
Like when you're walking through the world, the Pokemon can attack you, you can faint and go back into town. If that happens, do you lose a Nuzlocke? I'm doing
interesting.
I'm doing the Nuzlocke in Diamond, and I was mad because I think I was on Route 204, and I was fine. You can't catch I can't catch multiple Bidoofs or multiple Starlies kind of thing. You can only catch one per route, and you can't double up any Pokemon. And route, that's all I was running into in 204. I'm like, I want to catch something on this route because I can only catch one per route, so I've only got, at this point, I only had 7. So, I'm like, I need to catch something. So I looked on Cerebi.net to see what was on that route. And there was only 3 catchable Pokemon on that route. And Bidoof was the only one I hadn't caught. But it was like a 5% chance of finding a Bidoof on that route. And then that cave, there's the small cave that you have to rock smash and then go, and then it takes you up on the upper route. Well, inside that route is technically, inside that cave, I can catch another one because it's technically a different route. Well, in that cave, the only thing that comes out is a Geodude, a Zubat, and a 2% chance of getting a Psyduck.
Oh, okay.
I already had my party has a Geodude, my party has a Zubat. I'm running both of them. I have them. I spent maybe 30, 45 minutes back and forth Couldn't find it.
On that Psyduck.
Couldn't find a stupid Psyduck.
So you're not required to catch on the route. You just ideally you want to. That way you at least have the ability.
No, because you have
more. You get one per route, and so you want to have as many Pokemon as you can.
Correct.
Because if they die, if they faint, you can't use them again.
Correct.
Gotcha.
I like to have a good amount in the box, so if one of mine faints, I'm not just running 5, and I'm not running a stupid Bidoof, and I'm trying to replace my Bidoof, old doofus, as quickly as possible. Because I don't think I've even sent him out in battle yet. Hate that thing. But yeah, you have to catch one unique Pokemon per route, and it's got to be your first encounter of that unique. And if you knock that one out trying to catch it, that route's done.
The route's done, and that Pokemon's done, right? Or
no, just the route. Just the route.
Okay.
I think some people do that Pokemon's done, but I just do the route. That Pokemon goes back into the catchable pool, and am I? I feel like I've got a bit of point of privilege after playing Sword and Shield, with Pokemon being on the route, and now it's back to random encounters.
It's tough.
Boom. Just hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just tough going back to, because that's what made the older games hard. Was caves. Because like on the routes you could avoid. There were some spots where you weren't always in where Pokemon would spawn in front, would encounter you. You could get off the grass.
Right.
But caves were, you're always like that. When you first go to the coal mine to find Rourke, and you have to go through that coal mine.
Oh yeah.
And you're running into encounters every 4 or 5 steps. You know, sometimes you literally encounter, fight, take 1 step, encounter. That happened to me like 3 steps in a row where I went boop, encounter, boop, encounter, boop, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And I'm like, I realized how much I hate this. Pokemon Red and Blue, Mount Moon, I don't know if you remember, like, it used to take me forever to get through Mount Moon because it, like, because early on, you don't have many items, so you don't have many heals, and back then, Nuzlockes weren't a thing, but it seemed like you'd get to the end of Mount Moon, have to fight the boss with 2 Pokemon that's alive that have no PP left in their moves.
Yep.
And you're like, I can escape rope out, but then I've got to do this all over again. Like,
yeah. You basically have to grind to get strong enough just to get through Mount Moon. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that's
frustrating.
Yeah. But that added to this is why this game's hard. Caves were like stressful.
Right. Goodness.
But no, I'm enjoying it. I'll probably play a little bit more here today when I get time. I can't play in handheld because my Joy-Cons are in such bad shape.
I'm in the same boat. I'll jump on and my wife's like, what? Isn't the whole reason you got the Switch so you could play it in handheld? I'm like, yeah, but my handheld sucked. I need a new Switch.
Look at it. You want me to spend $40 to $80 for new Joy-Cons?
No. See, mine's not even a Joy-Con issue. Mine's there's something wrong with the connectors of my Switch. So when I'm locked in handheld, they don't want to register that my Joy-Cons are locked in.
Oh,
I have to release my Joy-Cons. So I'm either handheld with slippity slidey loose Joy-Cons, or I'm sitting in there trying to play with the
Joy-Cons
Switch
off.
The Joy-Cons off and the Switch like on my lap, and I'm like trying to like hunch down. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Mine don't do that. My left Joy-Con's just Tokyo drifting over here.
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
Characters going in circles.
I don't really have that issue.
I have 2 sets and both lefts. I need to reconfigure one, see if it fixes it. So I know you can go into the system settings and you can reconfigure, and you can help it find its center. But I really don't feel like pulling it apart and replacing it. I mean, maybe I might take my black one here, my gray one, because it means nothing to me. Well, I got the neon set that came with the original Switch, and I bought the gray Joy-Cons as extras. So I might try to take apart a gray one, and if I break it, I'm like, well, it wasn't working anyway. But yet the neon blue is the one. It's worse than the gray one, so it's the one that really. But I guess I need to like practice taking it apart on the gray one. I don't know.
Yeah, do you have the tools and stuff?
Yeah, I've got a tool set that's got the tri-wings.
Nice.
So, hey, did we watch a movie today? This week?
I watched a movie today.
Did you watch our movie today?
Retro movie review.
And man,
good man.
Let's start off. How young did Kevin Bacon look?
Speaking of looking young, let me look this up so I make sure I get the right name. Did you recognize who was in this movie? Because I think we've talked about this before.
I've recognized a few actors, and I can't recall. So Casey Jones, I recognize him.
I can never remember his.
I don't know where I've seen him, but I've seen him before in something. And then there is a boy in the gang, like in the that hideout. The one with the smokes. He's like, you want regular or menthol? Yep. Like I recognize him from somewhere too, and I'm like, I don't remember where I recognize him. And then I recognize the big guy. But I might just remember him from watching this movie so many times because that's how I see him in my mind.
Head Thug, which is the one that's got the smokes and the white T-shirt.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell.
From.
Oh, I hoped you just knew who he was. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Like, what would I know him from?
The Green Mile.
Okay. So maybe that's where I know him from.
He played Army. He was the bad guy in Iron Man 2. He played Hammer.
Okay.
That's where I recognized him from. I'm trying to think of what else really. None of the other movies it doesn't really show what else he was on here. Let's see what else. Yeah, he was Iron Man 2. He was in Charlie's Angels. A movie called Mr. Right. Let's see here. Who was the other guy you recognized?
Casey Jones. I can see him being older and without hair for some reason.
I don't remember what else he did. He wasn't. Oh, he was that guy. Okay, Chicago PD. He was in a lot of. He did a lot of like
his TV stuff.
TV stuff, yeah. I recognize him from TV stuff.
Okay.
See, because he wasn't in the second movie. I was thinking about that the other day, because the Judith Hogue, who was April, she only played April in the first movie. They changed the actress up for the second and third movie.
Okay.
But then Casey Jones wasn't in the second movie, but he was in the third movie, played by the same guy. And him and April are dating or married in the third one.
I don't remember him in the third one. Interesting.
He was only in a little bit because when they got sucked back in time, he comes down to the lair to he's teaching the traditional like Chinese like the guys that come back that swap with the turtles. He's teaching them hockey.
Oh, okay. I do remember
Japanese.
that. Okay.
I'm sorry, they were Japanese. Yeah. The wife was yelling at me from that. He was also he played when they were back in time. He was that kind of rough thief guy. So the actor was in the entire movie. It's been a while since I've watched the third one.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this one.
Yeah, I mean, we watch it regularly here at the house. So Metacritic.
Let's see. Man, this movie, it was just trying to be unbiased here, but even from an unbiased, man, it was really good.
I'm totally biased because this is my childhood. So
critics,
I don't agree.
I'm gonna say the critics gave it a 65.
21 critics gave it a 51.
No, this was so good. Like even me trying to sit back, I'm watching this. I'm like, this is very well done, very very well done.
I guess if you're just looking at it, I can see how the critics wouldn't like the way the turtles looked with the cheesy animatronics. And
they looked great.
They did for
they
the time
fantastic.
period.
Yeah,
but their mouth movements were a little bit. That looking at it, like watching it this week, I'm like, I could see how people would have seen that as a little weird, but no, it was fantastic the way they got the turtles to look. 33 users out of 10.
Well, the users, they better have given this an 89.
8.9?
Yeah, an 8.9.
They gave it a 7.8. Not as good as I thought they would, but so we got from the critics, we got 9 positive, 10 mixed, 2 negative. And from the users, we got 27 positive, 6 mixed, 0 negative. So,
okay.
On the users, you just gotta, because Metacritic on the user scores is kind of, you don't really see a lot of really high scores, because you got people that'll come on here and give it zeros just to be funny. You know?
Right.
And you got people that's gonna give it perfect 10s, and then half the people are giving it 10s. And you got people that are giving it low scores just to drive the score down. So the user scores are weird. It's the critics that are like this is their job, but yet they'll give it a crappy review sometimes. So, all right, we're not gonna get too much more into that. Let's go to Common Sense Media.
Yeah, what do they got to say?
And so Charles Cassidy Jr. We've met before.
Yeah.
He's saying age 8+ 2 stars.
2 stars. This guy, I just have no faith in him already.
So he's saying.
Proceed.
I'm trying to figure out what these ratings even mean. So 8+, but he doesn't suggest them to watch it.
Who did?
But he's saying 8+ 2 stars. Does that mean?
He means he thinks it's good for 8-year-olds and older, but it's a crappy movie. It's a 2-star movie.
Okay, I get you there. Muppetry coaxes campy 90s hit out of its shell. Coaxes campy. Okay, well that's good job at struggling to make me English there. Not really campy, than I thought.
I didn't think it was campy. It was fantastic. What about adults and kids?
Parents say age 8+ 4 stars.
Okay.
Probably because most of the parents putting reviews on here are our age that watched this movie when they were 8. And we're like, yeah, heck yeah, I'd let my kids watch that movie. My kids watch this movie all the time. Kids, and that's off 12 reviews.
Okay.
17 kids say 8+ 4 stars.
So they're the same? They're both 8 plus 4 stars? Okay.
So I wonder if this is like the people that work on this website, if it's their kids giving these reviews. They're like, hey, write this review. Because how many 8-year-olds are getting on a website writing a review?
Hey, that's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. It has to be, like, the kids have to be people that are just under 18, and what would they say? Because we had a kids review last week from a 16-year-old that was like, this movie's fine for 10-year-olds, about Spawn, you know? He was like 16, he's like, this is good for 10-year-olds, there's no sex, so I'm good with it. You know, it's like, well, you're 16, you can't really just start saying 10-year-olds can watch it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to trust my 14-year-old to say that my 3-year-old's good to watch this movie.
Yeah. They're like, she wouldn't understand the bad words, so she can watch it.
Okay. I'm already laughing at this already.
Okay, let's go for it. I'm excited.
Positive messages.
Positive messages. This deserves a 3.
I would have agreed, but Charles does not agree with you.
Oh, he thinks it's a 5? Well, good for you, Charles.
He went the other direction. Not present.
Not present?
But clickable.
Of course it is.
Fighting solves all problems here, of course.
Oh, he's one of those guys. Okay.
I thought it had some, I mean...
You know, the brothers come together, they learn the power of their mind.
We learn that all fathers care for their sons.
Yeah, exactly. That you can learn to escape from, some overbearing person who basically manipulates you into believing that you should leave your family, and then, the kids go, oh, maybe he's not that good of a guy. Let's band together and leave this abuse, But I guess, who knows?
What do we know?
It doesn't say it that way, so, okay.
Okay, positive role models.
This one's a little bit tougher.
Well, I know of 5 role models in the movie, but give them all 1 star.
I would give it a 3 just for Master Splinter.
Yeah.
The other guys, they're teenagers. I don't know if they're really role models just yet. They're trying to figure themselves out. But I'd give it a 3.
Come on, Tetsu's not a good role model?
Tetsu? Tetsu?
That's his name, right?
Huh?
The grumpy...
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah. He's not a role model? Not a positive role model. My bad. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. All right, so he gave it a 1.
Okay.
And he says, while the hot-headed Raphael has problems with discipline and anger management, he's still principled, heroic, and brave. Splinter the Rat is an especially wise mentor figure, more so than many human counterparts.
That's right. Yeah, he is. That's at least a 3.
Leonardo's a great positive role model. He's the leader. He has great virtue and leadership skills and keeps the brothers together.
That's true. That's true.
Violence and scariness.
Violence and scariness? Ooh. I'd go with 3 again.
Good call. He gave it a 3.
All right.
But not clickable.
For real? Not clickable? Oh,
it's like joke
so
at least
weird.
once.
He's just 3.
I mean,
move on.
Speaks for itself. Abundant martial arts fighting that's sometimes comical and slapstick, usually when the turtles versus villains. That's really all. That's all the fighting is with turtles. Okay.
Sometimes the turtles, they fight each other just for fun.
Sometimes bone crunching and brutal when it's human on human. 2 dead bodies seen as the result of barely off-screen karate killings.
2 dead bodies? Did we see dead bodies?
What part of the movie was that?
I didn't see any.
I don't remember. Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch this movie.
Oh, the flashbacks. The flashbacks. He saw Yoshi and his wife.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I got it.
Okay. Human characters threatened with baseball bats, swords, and clubs. 1 character crushed in trash compactor. Doesn't show. Just shows the helmet being crushed. He's just in there. Spoiler, doesn't die. Heroes knocked out and comatose, but no blood. You know, it gets me that in these movies, Leonardo, two katanas, only cuts one thing on a person all movie. When he catches Shredder's arm.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's fighting with them all movie. And somehow never cuts a head off. It's like the most...
Maybe he's trained not to. He's using it more as a scare tactic to disorient his opponents, and then he just knocks them out because he doesn't want to kill.
He just has two reverse blades like Rurouni Kenshin does.
Reverse blades.
You never watched that anime, so never mind. Moving on.
All right.
Sexy stuff.
I'd give it a 1. There's some banter and kissy between Casey and April, and Michelangelo's infatuated with April. So maybe since it's animal on human, we can go 2.
Mutant on human. They're not really.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Well, he said not present.
I wouldn't agree.
But he has some words about it. Why it's not present.
Okay, why is it not present? He'll say, despite kissy stuff and infatuations between mutants and turtles.
A brief glimpse of underage girls in sexy streetwear.
Okay. Underage girls in sexy streetwear. That's weird. Okay.
There was, in a couple of the scenes in the warehouse, there were some...
Oh, okay.
There were some girls walking around. Who knew? I mean, okay.
In 90s.
In 90s clothes?
In 90s punk clothes.
Yeah, basically. Didn't mention the in kiss with April and Casey.
Yeah.
And all
the massage scene between April and Casey.
What?
That right there should give it a 2. Where Casey starts to massage April.
Yeah.
That was sensual.
Yeah.
That was, but okay. Anyway, I'd give it a 2.
Language.
Raph uses the D word a lot. And then there's one other word towards the end of the movie. I'd give it a 2.
What word? I don't remember a word.
There were. I want to say it was the S word. I can't.
Was it something Casey said near the end?
I don't remember. I just remember it caught me off guard. I was like, oh, something. That was weird. Okay.
He gave it a 1.
That's fair. Okay.
And it says, damn is as bad as it gets.
And that might be true. I might have just, in my tired, disoriented self.
Wow.
Missed it.
Consumerism.
All right. This one could be, because it is the Ninja Turtles, one of the most successful 90s products of probably all time with the action figures, comics, cartoon. There was Burger King, there was Domino's, there was Kodak.
I saw the Whopper.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he gave it a 5. I'm going to scale it back, though, because I'm just going based on the product placement. I'm not going to pull that whole, this was a successful toy company. I'm going to say a 3, just based on product placement.
If this was kids in the 90s watching this movie when it came out, I would agree with his score. But watching it now, I would only give it like a 3 or 4. He gave it a 5. Because a lot of the products and stuff that I'm going to read out here in a minute, really isn't prevalent today. Like, if kids watched this, I don't think they'd really pick up a lot of the consumerism that's actually in the movie.
Right.
Because a lot of it is outdated stuff.
See, going back to like the Walkman that Danny had, and
he says plugs for Domino's Pizza, other movies, and TV shows. Oh
yeah, Creepers. Yeah.
How many young viewers will get the reference to moonlighting? Though? Question mark. Of course, the Ninja Turtles were an industry in themselves with toys, games, comics, t-shirts, practically everything that could and was sold to kids. So we give it a 5 because Ninja Turtles are just the most popular franchise in the world.
Yeah. In the 90s, that was it. That was
even bleeding into today's, like, Ninja Turtles are everywhere. Like, I would put it up there with, like, Star Wars on, like, most commercialized and just...
And that might be true, but my thing is it doesn't have the, there's just so much nowadays. The numbers are probably still the same, but it doesn't have quite the saturation, like...
But everywhere I see t-shirts sold, you always see a Ninja Turtle shirt.
Right.
In, like, you see Ninja Turtle, then you'll see, like, in the toys, Ninja Turtles. Even though there's not, like, anything new out for Ninja Turtles, or selling Ninja Turtle toys. There's,
you know. And I've seen in my Facebook feed just a couple days ago that a company has made a Ninja Turtle shirt for each of the NBA teams. So like, and it's like a different Ninja Turtles doing a different thing, and it's like themed for. So like, I was really tempted to get. I think it was like a Michelangelo, but with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I was like, ooh, I'm tempted.
You go,
but yeah. So
if you go look for kids tennis shoes, you're gonna find Ninja Turtle tennis shoes. Like everywhere. EA just released a new collaboration for Madden 22 with Nickelodeon, and they're adding Rugrats and Ninja Turtles into Madden 22, where you can play as a you can, like, I guess there's a team that
like Leonardo can be your quarterback.
Yeah,
that is fantastic.
Where the turtles, you play as the Turtles in the game, and you play as the Rugrats in the game. Like, Ninja Turtles are now in Madden. Well, it hasn't released yet, but Ninja Turtles will be in Madden 22. You can't tell me that they're not.
Hopefully this year we get that new Ninja Turtles game that is coming out for all the consoles. That looks.
I wish. I want that game.
Yeah, hopefully it comes out this year. Fingers crossed. I want that game.
Okay. Drinking, drugs, and smoking. Already don't agree with what he put.
Let's see. I know I saw kids smoking cigars, which was like so weird.
I would give this one a 5.
It was so weird. And obviously the kids smoke. I would give it a 3 because there really wasn't quantity. Wasn't there? It was
just the implied.
Quality. It was
implied bit of watching a young kids watching this movie and seeing the kids their age possibly smoking.
Yeah, it was so weird. That was so weird. But yeah,
he gave it a 3.
Okay.
And said recreational drinking and smoking and lawless kids club.
Right.
I mean, it was 90s though. Like, that was like a there was a lot of things that that kids would be seeing other kids doing in this movie that they're like, oh, you can do that. So yeah, I'm not gonna read his little deal here. So yeah. Great movie, classic movie.
It was so well done. So well done.
Just
watch it. All y'all out there watching us, watch it. All y'all out there listening to us, watch it. It's so good. And I think the second one is probably my favorite out of all of them. That's the one that we reviewed.
Do we want to just let me double check because it's on.
I think all 3 of them are on there. I believe.
So. Because we could. Yeah, all 3 are on here. Do we want to just do 2 and 3?
Well, we've already done 3.
But we haven't watched it.
No, we haven't. But we reviewed it. But I would be totally for watching and reviewing number 2 again. Or not again, but for the first time.
Yeah.
It's like, as a kid, my order was 2, 3, 1. I think as an adult, my order is going to be 2, 1, 3.
3 was always my favorite because of the. Well, 3 was always my favorite because it was the going back in time, and we actually had toys of them wearing the samurai armor with the helmet, and the mask would clip onto their face.
Yep.
And then we broke all the arms off of them. Couldn't play with them anymore.
I loved 3 because of the samurais. And but I think if I was thinking about it now, I think 3 would be my least favorite. 2 would still be my favorite, and 1 and 3 would swap.
I guess 2 was never my. Well, we get into it next week, but 2 was. I was mad about 2 because of what they did with
Tonka and Razor.
Yeah, because that should have been Bebop and Rocksteady that they messed up.
Oh yeah.
So I'm probably gonna have to.
Yeah, let's do it. So let's end it. Say we're watching 2.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. It's been fun.
Yep.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll talk more about other stuff next week. Hey.
Yep. See you guys.
You have a good week.
See you, man. You too, brother. See you. Be safe. It's slick.